This documentary is based on how cancer has the effect on the capability of the people around you to change.
This documentary is based off a book, A Walk to Remember, an interview with a young cancer patient, Talia Castellano, another interview with another cancer patient, Zach Zobiek, and the movie P.S. I Love You.
Throughout this documentary, you will witness family members and loved ones of those who have cancer be emotionally affected.
When I was 17, my life changed forever. My name is Landon Carter. This is my story about how people can be affected when the ones you love have cancer, and how it has the capability to make the people around you change. I promise to leave nothing out. First you'll smile, and then you'll cry. Don't say you haven't been warned. I love you, Jamie. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Please don't say that.
But I do.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Why are you sorry? Is it because of my friends and what they'll say? I don't care anymore. You know, I don't care.
Landon, you can't love me. We can be friends and we can see each other, but you can't love me.
Why not?
Because I'm sick, Landon.
So, take a few days.
I'm dying, Landon.
She had leukemia. She'd known it since last summer. The moment she told me, the blood drained from my face, and a sheaf of dizzying images fluttered through my mind. It was as though, in that brief moment, time had suddenly stopped, and I understood everything that had happened between us.
Landon has just found out that his girlfriend, Jamie, has had leukemia for about a year now. She was diagnosed at the age of 16. Anyone can develop cancer. However, the chances of getting cancer increases with age.
Childhood cancer accounts for 1% of cancer diagnosis. Unfortunately, Jamie falls under that 1%.
Today with us in the studio we have Talia Castellano, who will be talking to us about her experiences with cancer and how it affects her and her family. You've been treated for a long time, so you've seen a lot of kids just not make it. Can you talk about how child cancer and dying is a reality to people that don't know or understand unless they've been a part of it?
Well, some people don't really get it until they see it. They think that just because we're kids that we'll recover faster, but that's not the case. Our bodies react the same as most would to cancer.
How did you and your family feel when all these interviewers wanted interviews with you?
I mean, I was happy because they wanted to raise awareness for me and others who have cancer, but nobody else seemed to care during my early stages, and my family's been the only one there supporting me through it all, which has been really hard for them, knowing that people only realize now that I have my whole life ahead of me, which will be gone once I die.
Do you feel that people treated you differently after they found out that you were no longer responding to treatments?
Yeah, they did. When I told people I had cancer, they said, oh yeah, you have a chance to recover from it. And now that they all know that I'm no longer responding to treatments, they finally realize that it's real, which is sad because it was real when I wasn't dying.
In this interview, Talia explained how the people around her changed once they found out that she was dying of cancer.
And when we say change, we mean act differently around her. Because Talia is going through changes, the people around her are also doing the same.
Talia says that people who don't know her start to care about her condition only after she was told she was terminal.
About 1 out of 4 people who are diagnosed with cancer die of the disease, which is what happened to Talia Castellano.
Jamie had progressively gotten worse over the past few months after Christmas. I know it wasn't in my power to cure her, but what I wanted to do for her was something that she's always wanted. I didn't know what that was until I came across a passage in the Bible. Do you love me?
Yes,
Do you want me to be happy?
of course I do.
Then will you do something for me?
I don't know if I can.
Well, if you could, would you?
Yes, I would.
Will you marry me?
Yes.
Both my parents and Jamie's dad, Egbert, thought that I was only doing this for Jamie. And the three of them tried to talk me out of it, especially when they realized that Jamie had said yes. What they didn't understand, and what I had to make clear to them, was that I needed to do it not just for her, but for me. I was in love with her, so deeply in love that I didn't care if she was sick.
I knew he was terminal when we started dating. I had to talk to my parents, and the question that was brought up was, if he didn't have cancer, would I still date him? I said yes.
She's really helped me through some hard times. One of our first dates, we planned a picnic in the park.
And I knew he had scans that day.
We got the results back, and my doctor told me I had a collapsed lung.
I suddenly broke down crying because I finally realized that it was real for me.
I asked my doctor if I could at least go on the date first and then have the surgery, but she said we have to do it now. I was devastated, because all I was thinking about was going on a date.
Yeah, he was pretty mad that day. And even though I knew these things would happen, I wanted to spend more time with him. The less time we had left together, the more time I wanted to spend with him.
Up here, my dear, all belong now.
Amy and Zach have known each other since they were very little and have always been very close.
But when she knew that Zach had cancer and he was terminal, she realized that she liked him.
Zach's disease caused Amy a lot of heartbreak and sadness, but Zach brought her a lot of happiness and love. No matter what, Amy knew that she wanted to make the best out of the time left they had together.
March 12th, 1959, the church was bursting with people when we got married, in front of God and everyone else. I promised my love and devotion in sickness and in health to Jamie. I'm 57 now, and I still remember every memory of Jamie. She died shortly after we were married, and it affected me greatly. I have never loved someone so much as I did Jamie. I still haven't taken my ring off, and I never will. Even though I've lived the majority of my life without her, the most memorable moments in my life were spent with her, and I'll never forget that. A part of Jamie will always be with me, along with the memories.
My husband Jerry died of cancer a few months ago. He had a brain tumor, which took his life way too soon. Why him? Why my husband? We fought a lot, but we never stayed mad at each other for very long. The night after he died, I lied on my bed for hours, calling his phone to listen to his voicemail, to hear his voice. His voice comforted me. I still hear him and see him sometimes, and it feels like he's actually there with me. But then I snap out of it and realize that he's really gone. When I wake up, it's like he's lying in bed with me. When I brush my teeth, he's standing right beside me when I look in the mirror. Jerry always knew what was best for me, and he still does. I still listen to him, and he still tells me what he believes is best for me. I love him so much, and I'll never forget him. He'll always be a part of me. Recently, I was delivered a letter addressed to me from Jerry. He had wrote the letter in the hospital before he passed away. At first, I thought it was some sick joke that someone was playing on me, but when I read it, I knew it was him. While I read the letter, I felt his presence, and it was the first time I was really happy since the last time I was with Jerry before he died. The letter said, "My darling Holly, I don't know where you are or when exactly you are reading this. I just hope that my letter has found you safe and healthy. You whispered to me not long ago that you couldn't go on alone. You can, Holly. You are strong and brave, and you can get through this. We shared some beautiful times together, and you made my life. You made my life. I have no regrets. But I'm just a chapter in your life. There will be many more. Remember our wonderful memories, but please don't be afraid to make some more. Thank you for doing me the honor of being my wife. For everything, I am eternally grateful. Whenever you need me, know that I'm with you. Love forever, your husband and best friend, Jerry. P.S. I promised a list, so here it is. The following envelopes must be opened exactly when labeled and must be obeyed. And remember, I'm looking out for you, so I will know."
Be ready.
Do you think people treated you differently after they knew you were going to die?
That's harsh.
Leukemia for about a year now. She was diagnosed with
You look like a floating head.